Get some light. Alright, hey guys. This is a seed experience I had with time travel. And here it goes. Okay, starts off one night back in the 90s or 80s, late 80s, 90s. I was listening to Coast to Coast AM with Art Bell, and they were talking about time travel, and I was pondering it. I know I can feel it exists somehow, some way, and I was pondering it, thinking about it as I'm listening to the radio. Then around 12 midnight, 1 a.m. I fall asleep. I then go into a dream. And this is with your seeds. I then go into a dream. I was just thinking about it, pondering time travel. But during the day, I was watching on YouTube or something about mastodons or mammoths. Mammoths or mastodons. I was thinking about that. What it would be like to go back right after the Ice Age and see the mastodons in Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Alberta, that area. I was thinking about that because I was watching something on YouTube or something, or a TV show about them finding bones in the Yukon and stuff like that. They were finding bones of these mammoths and down the States and everything. And I thought about that. Then the time travel came on. Art Bell. Fell asleep listening to it. I turn off the radio, go to sleep. As I'm pondering that, I then go into this dream. And here's the dream, because the dream is actually the time travel. I don't understand totally how it works, but your seeds take you there. I am at the University of Windsor University, and I'm out the front on University Ave, drive the street, and I'm running through the grass. I go past the university, the front, the main building, and I go, and there's a creek. There's a creek with huge stones in it, boulders. And I run up to the creek and I'm looking, and it's really pristine. It's not like a sewer, like every other creek is, filled with pop cans and garbage. But anyway, I run across the university grass, the front of it, come to a creek. The creek is flowing down, going towards Detroit in the dream. That is in reality. There is a University of Windsor. You can Google it right now and see where I ran across. But there is no creek. There is no creek at the university. So I decided, hey, I'm going to go down and play with the critters, look for some critters, fishes and whatever, down in the stream. So I run down the stream. I jump on this big rock in the middle of the stream. And it's not a lot of water. It's just, coming down, huge rocks upstream. And I'm looking for fish and crayfish, salamanders, frogs, whatever. I feel like a little kid. And I jump from that big boulder to the next one, and I just jump from boulder to boulder to boulder, going upstream. Upstream. I jump from boulder to boulder to boulder, and I go upstream. And pretty soon I pass the university, but it's still, the stream still goes, and I'm jumping on boulder to boulder to boulder. Actual huge boulders, rocks. As I'm jumping, I realize the boulders changed to a color, a brown color. gray, brown, and they were all the same but different sizes, where the boulders were different that I just came from. As I'm jumping on these weird boulders, I finally stop and I'm taking a look at them. I'm standing on one and I'm looking at them, and there's water running between them. And I thought they were boulders. All of a sudden one moves. And I'm like, holy shit. And I look, and it's a tortoise. A big tortoise. Huge tortoise. Huge. And I look, and they're all tortoises. I'm jumping on tortoises. And finally, I think I better get off. Maybe I'm pissing this thing off, you know. I better get off them. So, on the right-hand side is normal lawn grass from the university. So I jump from the tortoise. I just jump onto the grass from the university. That's what I'm seeing. I jump onto the grass. As I hit the grass, boom! I'm standing in a field of yellowy grass, which is about waist high. I'm looking at it and I'm like, what the hell? And also I look up, and right over there is a family of mastodons. Now that I noticed this, the main one was up front, and they all seemed to be grazing. The main one was up front and had the huge tusks, and they're all covered in hair. There were others around in a circle. So I'm like, oh hell no. So I ran over. To them, which seemed to be back. I jumped on the grass. They were over there. So I run through the grass, and as I'm running, I hit a hole. Like an old footprint hole or something. And I don't know, damn near broke my ankle, right? And I notice as I'm running through the tall grass, I can't see the ground because it's tall yellowy grass, and it's like waist high, belly button high, 4 or 5 feet, 4 feet, I don't know, something like that. Anyway, as I'm running towards it, the ground is full of potholes, and like the dirt, the dry dirt that this grass is in is full of holes. So I run different so I don't break my fucking ankle. Anyway, I noticed that as I'm running up to him, and I run up a couple yards away from this huge mammoth, and they're all covered in hair. The one mammoth, the one with the huge tusks, he's up front. I passed him. The one here is a little bit smaller, has tusks, but it's a little bit smaller, but it's covered in fur. Then the wind, I'm standing there, and the wind hits me and I can smell it. It's a real musky musk, like really bad musk, and I almost choked on it. The musk smell, and it wasn't a nice smell. Anyway, and I noticed were shedding their fur, and there's like these great big mats of hair all matted together, and it was oily yet dry. It was oily dry, and it was shedding its fur. Huge mats of this hair was hanging off the sides of these mammoths, and then they started moving, and they all started moving, and they were looking at me. A couple of them were facing me, but I wasn't too close yet. And there was about adults, I don't know, about 8. But in the middle, there were baby mammoths with no tusks in the middle, and the parents were surrounding the babies. A couple of them started facing off, so they saw me. I guess they must have. They were facing off of me. They turned, looked at me, and started, you know, get the hell out of here. Who are you? And I'm just like, oh my God. They all started trotting. They all started moving. And they started trotting, running. Not real fast, but they were running. A little jog. I guess that fast. Whatever that means, I don't know. But they weren't at full speed. Anyway, and the babies were in the middle. Still. The male was leading, the big male was leading them. So I said, I'm going to go right up beside that male and look him in the eye. Run beside him. So I speed up, run past the rest of them, and leave the babies alone because I know Mom will kill me as soon as I even get close. So I ran up to the male, and I was coming up beside him where his ribs would be, and there's this huge mat of fur coming down like this off the side of it, and the stink, the musk was just choking me. I could barely catch a breath, and it was hot. But I remember I was sweating like it was such a hot day, and I'm still hitting the holes. I'm still trying not to break my ankles. Gopher holes, I figure, something like that, and footprints and things, whatever. Dried up footprints. So you know, you step in one of those, you're done. Especially when you can't see it. Anyway, as I'm running beside this big mat of fur, and the fur was like, I don't know, it wasn't coarse, it was like a matted down sort of thing. It was thick and downy, like, I don't know, like animals shed their winter fur. Well, all that winter fur was matted, and it was coming down and it stunk. And this thing was swinging on its side, off its back, and it was swinging. So I got up right beside him. I was passing this thing, and it went up like that, and it swung out, and it fucking hit me right in the face. And I'm like, oh, holy shit! And I'm thinking, I got all this greasy fur hit me right in the face, and that smells like musk, like a really thick musk. And I'm like, fuck, so I ran up towards his head, and I'm running beside it, and he's not real close, he's like 5 feet away, and I'm running beside him, and I look, and I see that tusk, that goddamn tusk is sticking up like this big, little boom, coming up, and I see it, and I look up, and I look in his eye, and I'm running, and he's running, and he's breathing, and, you know, and he ain't running real fast, but, you know, I'm running, and I look in his eye, and his eye looked at me. I'm like, holy fuck. And, that was it. Boom, I wake up in my bed. And I just knew, I knew at this point from other experiences I had, you wish to time travel, and you wanted to see Mammoths. And I thought about that before I went to sleep. And I did. And the stream, just to let you know, I was bawling my eyes out, just paradise crying. You know, when you're in the happiest guy in the world. And all I could think about was the university, school, when you get past Christ, when you climb the mountain, and you get done all the lower stuff, from 0 to 13, you climb the mountain, and you're now in the light, you're on top of the pyramid, the all-seeing eye, the light, the seeds, you're in university. That's when the good shit happens. Now, I've been there when I was in ET 40,000 years ago, coming here, Atlantis, during the time of Atlantis, I guess. I don't know for sure. But anyway, that's a different video. The string is the timeline of the earth, the rocks. I get back in time, and there's huge tortoises. They're extinct. Well, they're extinct, yeah, more or less. I'm not a tortoise expert, but Galapagos Islands, they were twice the size of that. They were bigger than Galapagos Islands tortoises. Oh yeah, they were bigger. If that is anything in reality, I have no idea. But it was a representation of my dream. I was going upstream, not down. So I was going past. The stream goes by the university. In the light, you get to see it. The light can take you there. I don't know how to get there. I can't do it consciously in my brain. I can meditate for hours and hours and hours. I can't get there in my brain, in meditation. It just happens when I sleep. And I ask the light, I talk to it, show me this, show me that. And it happens when it happens. I really don't know how to do it. I didn't ask for this experience. I just went to bed listening to the radio about time travel. And earlier in the day, I was thinking about mastodons and mammoths just after the Ice Age. That night, you know what? I can't even tell you. It was more than a dream. And I can't understand. In a normal dream, you don't have to deal with tall grass and a ground with holes in it that'll break your ankles. That shit is real. You gotta know that shit. Horses, in reality, horses, and the tall grass and the prairies. That's why they shoot the groundhogs constantly. Get rid of them, fill in the holes. Because the horse's leg goes in the hole and breaks your leg. Well, how the fuck am I supposed to know that when I'm running with mammoths? The smell, their actions, reacting to me, the huge matted fur. I couldn't even make this shit up. And here I am, dealing with it in this vision. It was more real than reality here. I couldn't see no fucking difference. But I'm thousands of years in the past. And all I seen was yellow grass to the horizon, everywhere I looked. But I felt like I was in Saskatchewan type thing, Manitoba, Alberta, prairies. Blew me away, man. And I couldn't bring I didn't have a camera. I mean, that's what pisses me off nowadays. I mean, how do you do that? Spiritually, consciously, to where you can't tell the difference between the reality and the vision you're having. Then bring a camera so you can video it. How do you do that in reality? How do you do that in this physical plane of existence? That drives me nuts. But for an experience, oh my God. God. And the river, the stream, is a timeline. Put in a way that you can understand it. The university, top of the pyramid, the all-seeing eye, it's universal. It's not just the Egyptians or the Satanists that have the all-seeing eye. They invert it and everything for their own fucking religions. That's the way it is. Me, I use Christ to keep me alive within the 1 to 13. But when you get past the 13, you're in the all-seeing eye, you're in your inner light. So you're in your seeds. And you earn the seeds climbing the mountain. It's really that simple. You can throw different names, You can throw different cultures, names, anything you want. But the mountain is a mountain, and when you get to the top of the mountain, you see all. You start seeing all. And you start living your life through the light. When you die, and you go to the light, you're going to the top of the mountain. Home to mama. And all people there. Been there, done that. I remember it. I go there now. I can go there. I just gotta tune into my light, bring it to my head, and spiritually, straight up, talk to them guys. But I can't stay up there because my body has to be down here. You can walk around, but you'll be dissociated from Earth, and you'll probably get hit by a fucking bus, killed. So, right on. Me, stay grounded on the Earth. That's why you're in a body to begin with. So you're born into a body, you wanted to be here, and then you're trying to escape it. Man, just experience it. But always come back to your roots. You gotta come back to the roots. You just can't go. Then you're just escaping reality. If you're way up there in the light within yourself, and you're totally dissociated from the Earth and everything it has to offer, you're just escaping it. I'm escaping. That's it. You can call it, I'm a light person. You're just escaping the shit you don't like. All you gotta do is change your frequency. Anyway, that's a light experience I had. One of the best, man. And all you can do is cry and wish it was here in reality. And it can be here in reality, but I don't know how. I ain't received any information, and I don't think I will, because I'll probably be dead as soon as I figure it out. I don't know, talk to Stephen Gray about that, because I don't know. Anyway. Awesome. Awesome. Later, guys.